Hey chickies, thanks so much for hanging out today. We are going to be playing around with makeup and recreating a look that I did yesterday, except we're kind of elevating it a little bit more. And we did have a slight little road bump. If you're new here, I'm Christine, curate beauty, lifestyle, as well as raw vlogs. Greatly appreciated if you please subscribe to my channel. Would absolutely love it if you'd be part of the Chickie crew. Also, don't forget to hit that bell to be notified of new videos. So today we're just going to be playing around with makeup. When I was recreating the look, there was a little hiccup in the road, but thankfully we were able to pull it all together, and this is the final look. So I'll make sure to list all the products used down below in the description box, and let's get on to chatting about today's look. Just put some sort of lip balm. This is the Milani Fruit Fetish lip balm in Strawberry Lemonade. Reminds me of the Bath and Body Works. Is it Strawberry Lemonade, or am I getting it mixed up? Is it Watermelon and Lemonade? Something like that. Let me know if you know which candle I'm talking about from Bath and Body Works. Start with the brows. Having brows is just amazing. Have some SPF on over the brows just so that it doesn't fade, especially being out in the sun. This is semi-permanent. When I have on a full face of makeup, I like to just fill in the brows a little bit. This is just personal preference. We're going to be adding more makeup, foundation, so we're just gonna add a slight bit more. Trying to do the what is that, the fluffy brows. I don't really have to fill them in anymore, but you know, I love switching things out, love trying out different techniques and stuff. So love the ombre powder brows because that's how I normally do them, but you know, we're trying different things. Prep the lids with the Catrice True Skin High Cover Concealer. It contains hyaluronic acid, and it says it's also waterproof. 032 Neutral Bisque. I'm not really sure how I feel about this concealer. This is what the applicator looks like. I'm just gonna put some on the lid. Use a sponge to blend it out. Stay tuned for the monthly favorites and fails, and I'll give you, my whole feedback on it. The most important step if you're going to use concealer as your base for your eyeshadow is to set it. I Heart Revolution Chocolate Banana Powder. No! Thank goodness it just kind of blended into my shirt. Let's just take some of this and set. Palette today, Elf Cosmetics, and this is one of their bite-sized shadow in Pumpkin Pie, which is right around the corner. Pumpkin everything. Let me know if you've already started with any of your pumpkin drinks. Brown up here, which is a matte, and it is on the warmer side. Pop this crease area. It's going in circular motions, circling outwards towards the brow bone. Every time I skip this step, my shadows just don't blend the same. Sigma Blending E25 brush. I've had this eye brush for so many years, 7-8 years. It's such a good brush. The bristles are still intact. Place this right here on the outer corner, and then work this right into the socket area with a light hand. Little blending brush, just blend this out. Whenever it seems that I've placed the shadow a bit too high, take some powder, even the one from I Heart Revolution, and just place it right here. Let's go in with the Sigma E25, a little bit more of the dark round shadow. Right here on this edge area. And blend it out. So for the lid color, you can use your finger, intensify it a little bit more. You can always lay down some concealer. So this is the AOA Studio E122 brush. Beautiful, kind of rusty color up here. Just starting from the inner corner. And then we're gonna just kind of make small little movements right into the socket. It's a beautiful color. Great everyday palette. We're just laying this down. So for this, I like to stop, see like the little white part of the eye on the outer corner, just so that it's at an angle. Let's go back in with the dark brown and then place that right on the little empty spot right here. Now you want to use a more dense, rounded brush, the dark brown shadow. Tap off the excess. Find the socket. And I'm just going to drag this like right over top and then drag it inwards. Try to make sure that you don't touch the lid color because then the shimmer will get all over the place. But I like the way how this is turning out so far. Soft, small, dome, fluffy brush. Take the dark brown and mix it with a bit of the warmer tone brown. And we're gonna drag this along our lash line. Normally I'll go in with an angled brush right here on the side. You really wanna define this. So it's kind of like we're lining the eyes, but not really. If you want, what you can do is just take your fluffy brush and just blend it out a little bit. Just make sure everything's blended well. What you can even do is dip back into this warmer tone brown and just run this right over top just to make sure it's blended out well. I think the eyes are good. Let's go ahead and take off the tape. And I love it because look, it gives you a nice clean line. There's barely any fallout. I mean, there's a little bit right here, but we can just clean this up. Go ahead and curl the lashes. Let's tightline the eyes, and I'm just using the Pixie Silky Eye Pen in Black Noir. Oh no. So go ahead and use the soft brush and just smear this out a little bit. Smear it. Because I don't want to mess with the eyeshadow. What we did to this eye, we must do to the other. So let's just kind of put a little mark right there because we don't want it to be uneven, okay? We want it to be even. I didn't go in with any more eyeshadow. I'm just using whatever's left on the brush to smear it out. I'm going to be using the Damn Girl mascara from Too Faced. This mascara is pretty good. Some volume, I guess some length. I especially love how it separates the lashes. Only problem is that it's not waterproof, so if you're gonna be sweating, it's not the ideal mascara to use. These are from the brand Cara Beauty in the style A5. Wore these the other day and I like them because they are tapered towards the inner corner and then they flutter out, so they give you a little bit more of like that cat eye effect. My Ride or Die Lash Companion Lash Glue from Esquito. Completely forgot to create a wing line with the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Waterproof Liquid Liner in Ultra Black. I've been loving this because it is waterproof, sweat proof, smear proof, smudge proof once it sets. It's a really good one from the drugstore. This is a brush tip. Normally I'll take some concealer and the Real Techniques detailer brush. Go in with one of these small tiny sponges which are from Shop Miss A. I'm going to link everything I'm mentioning in today's video down below in the description box. On one side you have the pointed edge and then on the other it's a flat edge, and I found that this little flat edge is so easy to help blend it out. I can't even tell you how many times I've accidentally messed up my liner or the eyeshadow because the sponge ended up messing with the liner, messing with the shadows. So this is like the perfect size. Plus it's really inexpensive. And Shop Miss A sponges, in my opinion, are wonderful. Don't sleep on them. Now that we have the lashes on, let's move on to the face. Face primer, AOA Studio No Pore Face Primer. Now this is a silicone based primer. I'm just gonna press it right into the nose area. It does have a little bit of a fragrance to it. And right here on the chin. Foundation for today is an oldie but a goodie, the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. It lasts up to 24 hours. It's mattifying, water and sweat proof, and it also has like a second skin effect. If you haven't seen my whole review wear test on it, I will link it up in the card area. I did film that a while back. Shade I have here is 039 Warm Driftwood. It has a dropper, so you can see it is really liquidy. I'm gonna put some here, some on the face. I personally like to use a damp sponge. It gives you more of like a sheared out coverage, which looks really skin-like. There you go. I hope you can see that. I mean, it really does look like skin. So this is the foundation I've been using as of lately. Let's go back into our concealer, the Catrice True Skin Concealer. A little bit here, a little bit on the side, like right here in the middle. Small little sponge. And then flip the sponge when you get to the other end, so you don't mess with the tail. Okay, so that's good. And then let's go ahead and set it with some of the I Heart Revolution banana powder. Some of this. See, this is why I think the small sponge is good. At least for me, I think it is. Sometimes I can accidentally place way too much of the powder in this area. Finish up the eyes really quickly and take this small little dome shader brush and mix in a bit of the two matte browns in the palette. And we're just gonna sweep this along the lower lash line. Any gray liner. This one's from Eyeshadow. This is the Eyeshadow gel liner. I love these Eyeshadow liners because they do not budge, smudge once they set. So I'm just going to line my bottom waterline. Always forget this step, to be honest. Let's go in with the mascara and hit this on the bottom lash. We need to bring back a lot of that warmth to the face, so we're going in with the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer in Honey Drip Duo Fiber. This one's from Real Techniques. I'm just gonna go right here into the hollows of the cheeks. I don't know, I'm not liking it with this brush. Try with this one instead. No, that's even worse. Almost forgot to contour the nose. I'm gonna go in with this brush again from Luna Magic, and we're just gonna contour this nose area. Bake right by the nose area. So I'm telling you, the small little sponge is perfect for this. Completely messed up on the cream contour, so we're going to try it again. Just wiped it off with a makeup wipe, and then I applied a little bit more of the foundation, the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage. I made the mistake, I don't know what I was thinking, but I dragged it on the face. And when you drag the cream bronzer on the face, sometimes it can move the foundation underneath. That's exactly what happened to me, and it looked bad. Some of the Wet n Wild In Love with Cocoa. This is their face palette. It's limited edition. It smells like cocoa. This has a little bit more of definitely has a little bit more of like a warmth to it. So we're gonna just use this to set the bronzer or the cream contour. Sharpen up this cheekbone. Move on to the blush. Combination of blushes from the Pixie plus Makeup Denise palette, and we're going to take these three, this kind of pinky rose gold, this lighter pink, and then this gold. So it's these three up here, a little bit of each. Put it on the cheeks. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1, highlighter and blush, but I like to take a little bit more of this kind of rosy color. The rosy one is called Aura, and then we have Icing, and then Glazed. So Aura, Icing, and Glazed. So I'm going to take a little bit more of Aura just so that we can really see a little bit more of that pink. Take off the powder. Take my sponge again and then just go over it. Go over this whole area with the sponge just so that it kind of melts into the skin, so it's not sitting on top of the skin, especially because this has some shimmers in it, and this area right here is not like smooth. I do have some texture, so that's a good way to blend it into the skin. Add a little bit more warmth with the bronzer, like right over top. So nervous that I had messed up this side. Luckily I was able to, like, you know, fix it, and now we can finally move on. It's always a learning process, and sometimes, you know, when you're not thinking about it, sometimes you can end up making a mistake. So let's move on now to the lips, and I'm going to dust my lips with the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed, which is my holy grail powder, especially if you have dry lips. Use the I Heart or the Makeup Revolution lip liner in satin. I think that's the name of it. This is a nudie pink, and then over top we are going to use the Profusion times Mean Girls lip cream, and this one is in Regina George. Let me know if you guys picked up anything from this collaboration, because it's such a cute collaboration and it's all really affordable. Plus Profusion has such great products. Completely forgot to dust some of the powder to set the makeup. Then to set the makeup, we're going to be using the Wet n Wild In Love with Cocoa Face Mist. Smells like cocoa. And then over top, let's put the NYX Butter Gloss in Sugar High. So here is the final look, and to be quite honest, I thought we were going to have to just scratch this video and start all over again, but thankfully we were able to save it, and I love the way how the makeup turned out. It's a very wearable look that you can take from day to night. You definitely don't need to smoke out the bottom or put the liner underneath for a more dramatic look. You can even skip that and then maybe intensify it for the nighttime, but I love the eyes. I love the pairing of the lip color. It's beautiful. Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation, been one of my staples in my makeup collection, and you know, I'm glad that I've been rediscovering it, playing around with it, and I just love this whole look. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me today. Please let me know what did you think of this look. I hope it inspires you to maybe rediscover your makeup and play around with makeup. If you enjoyed hanging out today and enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please make sure you give it a like. Subscribe if you have not already. Would love for you to be part of the Chicky crew. Thank you, Chickies, so much for watching. Stay safe and healthy, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah.